Opening Minds, Using Language to Change Lives by Peter Johnston. Chapter 1. Choosing Words, Choosing Worlds. Chapter 2. Learning Worlds, People, Performing, and Learning. Chapter 3. Changing Learning Narratives.
Children must experience many things as at least potentially changeable, not just aspects of the world outside them, but also aspects of themselves, their learning, their identities, their intellect, their personal attributes, and their ways of relating to others. We want to inoculate the children against infection by fixed theories. We want them to say, "I'm not good at this yet," and to take steps to change that. Indeed, yet is a key word that we should regularly encourage children to add to their narratives. Think of all the great things to come yet, Emery. Yet.
Chapter 4. Good job! Feedback, praise, and other responses. Chapter 5. Any other ways to think about that? Inquiry, dialogue, uncertainty, and difference. Chapter 6. Social Imagination. In Chapter 4, Johnston discusses praise in being positive. He mentions that many times when students are struggling, we feel uncomfortable, and we typically like to make them feel better by giving them positive things to think about. We try to give them positive comments about their work that they're doing, when instead we should make sure that our feedback improves learning. We should focus, when we're giving feedback, on making sure that we're not focusing on the child themselves. We are not saying, "Wow, Johnny, you did a great job." Instead, we are saying things like, "Wow, Johnny, in this, you really focused on what the purpose of the story was." Wow, that didn't work out so well. Great job, Joel. That picture looks amazing. Maybe you could find a different way to do that. Joel, when you described what was happening in your story, I could really tell how Christy felt. You showed lots of detail in your artwork. Teachers need to make errors temporary for students. This allows students to realize that they can fix the problem. A teacher might say to a struggling student, maybe there's another way you could try to do that. This way, students realize that maybe the option that they're choosing is not the best choice, and in the end, they come up with their own solution to their own problem. Because most normal adults make many basic social inferences automatically, we take social imagination for granted. At least in 5 to 7-year-olds, social imagination predicts the ability to understand idiomatic expressions like, "You're pulling my leg," or "He's up against the wall," where a writer or speaker can intend something other than the literal meaning. The more developed a person's social imagination, the higher their level of social cooperation, the larger their social network, and the more positively they are viewed by their peers. The more children recognize that others routinely have different perspectives, not just physical perspectives, but emotional, motivational, and cultural perspectives, the more developed they become, socially and morally, as well as intellectually. Chapter 7. Moral Agency, Moral Development, and Civic Engagement. Chapter 8. Thinking Together, Working Together. Chapter 9. Choice Worlds.